Well, since the patch is so bad, we might as well look at the roadmap. I don't know. I was told it was interesting. I don't know what is so interesting out of this. I just took a brief look at what's there, but it's notable changes for yesterday, September 20th. Release view. The following card has been added to the release view for 320X. Oh, okay. That is interesting. Argo SRV, vehicle tractor beams are the two things, and then the G12. Who cares? But the Argo SRV, that's going to be a weird one because, sure, it's Argo's tugboat, but what does it do? I think what you would expect, and I can't be asking for too much. I really can't be asking for too much here on the Argo SRV. I don't think don't you think that like the scrap yards in game should just have like an underground hangar or something that looks like a hangar that you place broken pieces of ships in, and you are paid for the scrap value of those items? So you could just be the Argo SRV, grab something, door opens, you request landing or whatever at it, drop the thing in, door closes, they give you payment based on what that thing is, right? So here's what I expect for 320.x. I expect the Argo SRV and vehicle tractor beams to be able to grab certain things. But that's it, right? And I think what I'm asking for isn't crazy. You know what I mean? That doesn't sound crazy. It doesn't sound like a lot. Maybe it is, but that doesn't seem too crazy. Little door opens, little door closes, little scrapyard, right? Implementing the tractor beam attached to ships to either remote operated or turret-like attachment. This allows players to move and tow bigger objects, including other ships. Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I mean, there is no point in towing other ships currently because once they're destroyed, they're not repairable. But there's no point in being able to repair ships if you can't tow them. So I think it makes sense to do this first. But yeah, man, I really want to see that become, at least the scrapyard thing, become a thing. I think from an art perspective and like, I don't know, just like feel place, the scrapyards in the Stanton system are some of the coolest places. When you're flying in from far away, when you're to all the way from where you're on, like in first person on foot, they're cool places to be. So I wish that they did a little something more with that. The G12, I don't know if you guys know, but it is a military origin vehicle because they couldn't figure out a way to sell it as just a ground vehicle, I guess, that is fancy. So they put like missiles and shit on it. It's probably one of their dumbest releases. And yeah, get it out of the way, I would say, or put it to the back of the backlog. There, you can look at it one way or another with the Origin G12 and other vehicles like it. You either get them out of the way and finish them quickly, or you put them completely to the backlog. I think the X1, I think the G12, I think the R-Side Lynx, all of those should have just been thrown to the backlog. That's my personal feelings, because I think a lot of people would want, I think more people specifically would want more useful vehicles or ships to be worked on rather than just like kind of these weird ground vehicles that are in these like weird middle grounds that don't really make a lot of sense. They were just made for a ship sale or whatever at some point. But they have their reasons and they don't typically divulge those reasons in their entirety. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that was the roadmap roundup. It is interesting to see the Argo SRV be confirmed finally. I think it was expected. And then vehicle tractor beams are going to be monumental. I mean, all you have to do is go on a Hull C and go into the 4 remote turrets and be like, yeah, this will be a thing, you know? But yeah, outside of that, the .x patches don't seem here's the thing. The Argo SRV and vehicle tractor beams come into a .x. I wonder what else will be added. And is this more like a 321 that's coming up? I don't know. It's kind of weird to have like a big feature like vehicle tractor beams and a big ship like the SRV go into .x, and it's probably just because they couldn't make it into the .0. And now I think we're starting to see why they pushed 320 out so quickly, right? That we're starting to realize why they pushed 320 out so quickly, and the reason is not just to sell the Argo SRV, but to deliver a build with it. .x means 1, 2, or 3. Any of those. I mean, if there is a 3, there's usually a .1 and sometimes a .2. So I'm assuming .1 for now, but yeah, it could be another one. But yeah, it's hard to say. Where's 321 on the roadmap? I imagine that'll get populated later on, and that's why I'm thinking that 321 isn't as much of a thing on their minds as these .x patches are. I think that it seems like these .x patches are going to have more stuff in them than just fixes, which is never good. Never, ever good. Adding features creates instability, right? Adding features creates instability, and that'll cause problems, but it is what it is, I guess. I honestly, I'm just going to say it. I give up. I give up. After yesterday, after releasing at the stage that they did with the way that the patch was, I give up. I don't care. I'm so disappointed. Like, Clown Imperium Games strikes again. Like, I can't. There's so many other good games to play right now. I'm just going to enjoy those. I cannot be bothered by the you want to say incompetence, but you know it's not, because you know it's not the developers who are making the decisions. It's the disconnected nature of what the community needs versus what they're doing. You know? They just can't even see it. They can't even see it.